he's capable of scoring the way that he is. What do you consider a successful defensive night?
If we got the ability to get 3 stops. There's a lot of time throughout a game guarding an offensive player that you know, because of what they're running for him, there's nothing you can really do anyway. It's just a matter of him making shots or missing shots. But when you can put together, a stop and a rebound, and then we get a bucket, and then they come down, they shoot a quick 3 or something like that, and then they come down again and you get a stop, that's where you can sort of gauge how you played. But as long as you can keep him away from what he wants to do, I mean, even if they're scoring, if he's doing what we want him to do, then we'll be all right. But him causing problems and getting guys in foul trouble and getting myself in foul trouble, that's something we got to stay away from. So I thought we did a good job tonight, but we could be a lot better.
So I mentioned before the game that with the strategy that you guys continue to use on defense, you're going to give something up. That's just the way it goes. How do you get over the fact that sometimes you are going to give up those open looks from 3 that they got in the first half? How are you okay with that sort of thing?
We're not okay with it, but I think it's one of those things that if we know that that's the game plan and we're living with that until it's time for the adjustment, I think it helps our minds not to be as pissed after the ball goes in. Everybody doesn't put their head down. The ball goes in, and guys know we were supposed to give that up. We take it out, and we sprint the ball up the court. Half the time, that's when we're going to score the ball within under 10 seconds. Just knowing we had to give that up, but because we gave that up, maybe one of their guards is now out of position because he just laid the ball up and we know to run. You know what I mean? But it's one of those things where, we just got to keep our foot on the pedal.
When he did turn the corner, he was looking at 4 or 5 different Cavalier jerseys. Oh, yeah. Did you feel like you were 5 on a string?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I thought the communication was good tonight. Like I said, though, we could be a lot better. Even though we held them, from shooting the ball from 3 the way they usually do. We know that in Game 2 they're going to shoot the ball better. They'll be a lot more calm, and they'll want to defend their home floor. So coming out of the next game, it's just got to be more attention to detail. Make sure that we're contesting every single shot, and we got to stop Bradley from getting these backdoor layups. We had a couple on the out of bounds today. I let Crowder throw the ball right past my hip. They get layups. We take those little layups out, and a couple of turnovers that led to easy baskets for them, and we blow that game open.
Kevin mentioned recently the communication verbally has really improved since the regular season. Is it organic, and why so has it developed now?
I think we've had enough time together. We've gotten a small thing, but just having team dinner and just guys just talking, period. You're just learning somebody else's voice. We've been playing one-on-ones and pick-up basketball and the off days that we've had. I think that's been very successful for us, but it's just everybody buying into what we have to do. The playoffs could do that to you, and I think it does that to all teams, but with the way things have been going for us in this postseason, it's been special.
Because the opponents know when you guys are communicating, don't they? They can hear you.
It's communication from start to finish, but I think the communication is going to a new level now and making us more and more aggressive on defense. And when you're the aggressor on defense, usually it calls for a good game.
LeBron recently praised you and JR's. LeBron recently praised you and JR's development, kind of in that 3-and-D role. What are the keys for you, personally, as an individual on the defensive end, growing into that?
It's an adjustment. I'm one of those guys I was always a rhythm guy, and I always had the ball, and I was always used to, getting my rhythm and never having to force anything, never having to feel like I ran out of options with the ball. I think a lot of times with the 3-and-D role can put you in some situations where you feel like, you got the sideline, the baseline, the guy's cutting you off, and now you got to shoot a bad 3. And I think that with this team, with what we've done over time, is guys have learned that, you're in an uncomfortable position. We know we put you in that uncomfortable position, but guys are going to keep on throwing you that ball. And, whether you make or miss, the guys on this team try and make the right play, and that alone can help any player in any role that they're in.
So guys like coming out